Hi there, I thought I'd do a quick review of my Berghaus Crusader MMPS 90+20. There are other reviews on the internet, but a lot of them are in German, and I couldn't find any English speaking video of an owner doing a review on this particular Bergen. So I'll go over the standard features. It's got rocket pouches either side. The rocket pouches that come with the Bergen are 10 litres each. These are the optional extra, these are 15 litres each, so they unzip. They combine together, zip together. They've got shoulder straps, so you can make a small day sack from the two rocket pouches by joining them together. So if I take both of those off, the zips zip down the way so that gravity can't help the zips come undone when you don't want them to. Just get that other one off. Okay, so you've got some molly webbing attachment points on the back. You've got two ice axe or walking pole attachment points with clips for the shaft of whether it's an ice axe or a walking pole to clip round. Got some attachment points on the side so you can store equipment underneath the rocket pouches or even without the rocket pouches on, and these are on both sides. Got the normal Berghaus clips to undo the top pouch. You've got these nice plastic clips that go around the lid straps to stop the ends of the straps from flapping around if it's windy. You've got more molly attachment points on the top. I've got a marker panel attached that's obviously not part of the Bergen, and the molly straps aren't either, but I've just got those on there. I'll go into landscape so you can see better. Okay, on the top of the Bergen, I turn it round, there's a top pouch with a zip. All the zips are by YKK. I've got a head torch attached to my zip, I can get to it straight away. Inside the lid there's another pocket which you can see there with another zip for keeping things separate in there. Just fasten that back up. Okay, so inside, let's go to the back now. You've got this on the back of the Bergen. You've got the standard Cyclops 2 back, same as the Vulcan. One slight departure that I've noticed on this rucksack compared to previous versions of this particular Crusader model, Berghaus seem to have gone to a wider webbing material. That's, I think, about 40mm, whereas normally it's 20 or 25mm, and that obviously means they've used a wider buckle for the shoulder adjustments, and also down here at the other end for when you're pulling the rucksack tight. There's a chest strap in the middle. Likewise, I haven't seen this before, but they've changed the way the waist harness functions. So now instead of having the adjustment on either side of the Berg buckle, there's now an adjustment to tighten up the waistband on either side. Means it can keep this central, and this seems to work better. I always found when I was running with this that if I did have the waistband on, it would gradually loosen off, whereas with this new way of doing it seems to work a lot better. It's just the normal Berg buckle in the middle there. What else have we got? The Bergen's fitted with a lid which you can adjust the height of the lid. So if you've got a lot of stuff in your rucksack, you can sort of increase the height of it even to the point where you're using some of the snow baffle as the outer material of the rucksack. So it's got a floating lid, and so you can raise it up and down if you're carrying more kit. There's a panel in the back there to put your name in. This is obviously, I've got the size 3. That's a good point actually. On the sizing of these, between the 3 and the 4, the 3 says it's up to 5'11", but the 4 starts at 6 foot. So you kind of wonder whether if you're in between those two heights, if you're 5'11.5" like me. I tried a size 4 and I just couldn't get it to work for me. So for my back length, the 3 seems to be the optimum size. Let's go inside the lid now. So inside the lid, there's another zip-up compartment, and then you've got a strap for compressing the top section of the rucksack. You've got hole loops on the back and on the front, so both sides of the rucksack have a hole loop. And there's points for taking out something like a camelback or water reservoir. There's a pocket inside the rucksack for the reservoir to fit down inside, so it's held inside the pack. Obviously, with it being the MMPS system, you've got other options for putting equipment on the outside, and you could even attach another pocket down the back section of the rucksack. I quite often have a first aid kit on here, using the molly straps. There's a separate water reservoir that you can have zipped on this side, replacing one of the rocket pouches. And there's also something called a commander's pouch, which is just it's almost like a sort of laptop bag, with lots of compartments and places to put things. I guess it could be used as a first aid kit as well. The bottom of the rucksack, it unzips, so you can, if you've got a sleeping bag or equipment that you want to get and it's at the bottom, you can get to that more easily. I think that's all I've got to say really. I have found some versions of these. I was looking, because on the Berghaus website now, you can't actually find these rucksacks anymore. It's almost as if they're thinking about stopping making them. I don't know. But certainly on their civilian website, and I'm not aware of a military angled one, you can't find the Vulcan or the Crusader or the Monroe. The only thing you could find was they must have some of the commander pouches left, and that's all I could really see on there. But I did come across a website in the Netherlands where they appear to be working with Berghaus and making various versions of this particular Bergen adapted to specific uses. So one of the ones that I found, they've added a pouch, a zip-up pouch at the bottom of the bag for storing a rain cover. And then in another version, this whole back section unzips. It's called a front loader. So you can, without undoing the top of the lid, you can get to equipment down, partway down inside the bag, and access it more easily there. And it had a webbing or a mesh liner that you could store something like a helmet inside, and it seemed to be a bit expandable. And then in another version, there's a zip-up compartment here for storing heavy kit, like maybe a radio or an ammunition box or something like that. So anything heavy that you want near the top of the rucksack, but that you want to be able to get to quickly. It even had what looked like a way of extending a blade antenna from the top of the pack. And then in yet another version, right down the back of the back section, there's a hollow, and it showed a carry bag for a large sniper weapon, so you could carry that shoved or down the center of the pack. but accessible from the outside. Also had another picture with somebody carrying a mortar there. I'll put a link underneath to the website where I found all of this. They're obviously all adaptations of this same pack, and I'm not sure about pricing. I think that's all I've got to say. It's a very good rucksack, and I'm very pleased with mine. Available in two colours. This is cedar, and the other colour is a sort of a tan colour, more for use in the desert, I guess. All right, thanks for listening.